Okay, guys, I used this diagram to present you how it actually works on the HTTP cookies only, and yeah, I will present you in details from the client side, from the front-end implementation, and what is happening in the details and how it's handled. So we have like here login page. So it's usually that front end, the designs, the login page, and then all that kind of stuff. So, for example, when user is landing on our landing page and you know pops the button login, on the login page, it submits the all the user credentials, or it could be like username, password, or it could be any kind of, it depends mostly of the provider and how our login is let's say handled, and what provider we use. Let's say we use the Firebase, and for the Firebase you have certain options, but let's go with the simple one. We use the username and password. So we are on step two. We submit it to the server, and you can see here what we submit to the server. From this, we submit like this is how code looks on the front end part. So this is example of login. The most, let's say, the most important thing what you need for HTTP only headers is to credential include, and that means that gives an information to our browser. You will see later what is this pointing on. So let's just see it on the next, and we will be back here, or you will understand it later. So after we send that to the front end, to the backend, from the front end, now the server is working on the validation of those information. It's checking the credentials, it's checking the all the required information for the login. So if it fails, if it fails, it will, throw an error, or it will like throw any kind of state that front end will handle, for example 401 or 400, whatever, and we will be navigated back to the login page. I mean, every front end should handle this response and just throw the error and just reset the state. Okay, so if it actually passes, if authorization passes, the backend will respond like this, 200, and it will have the header inside set cookie. And when I mentioned a minute ago this include, it gives the browser, gives the browser information that browser should expect this set cookie header, and now the browser knows actually that that cookie is returned, you know, and it stores that cookie. It receives and stores it in the browser storage. This is a browser storage, you know, and it gets stored there. So yes, maybe I skipped here on the backend. What backend does, if we, for example, use on the backend side some sort of Firebase, the backend now use the authorization with the Firebase. We have like on the backend side credential. We have a configuration with the Firebase. We authorize that and we respond it's okay. And then browser is handling it, and it's finished. It's 200, and user is authorized and maybe navigated to the dashboard or whatever. It's not up the backend anymore. But what is this here? This is any future request. any future request that's handled from the dashboard, let's say after we finish the authorization, it's just, we have here cookie for the logging. Okay, we have a credential here, it's navigated. But how we handle any future request from the front end? And this comes apart. Like this session cookie that's stored in the browser give us the real deal, because the browser intercept every request from that let's say host, and with that cookie ID and everything, it attached the header for any request that's in here. So whenever we send any request from that host, the header is propagated with the session cookie by the browser, and we are authorized. And we got authorized, and we got like 200 for every request. If it's properly handled, we will not get like for a one. But what is this case? This case here is when, for example, for some reason this cookie is expired. The cookie have expired date, the session have expired date. So what it goes, like it goes here, the cookie is wrong, or maybe it's expired. And what happens for a one? Because we send request to the server, no cookie attached because browser doesn't have a cookie or it's expired. Backend checked it's expired, it returns 401, and we are returned to the login page. And you know why this authorization is really powerful? Because you know it's good because no any tokens or no any data is stored inside the JavaScript on the front end side. Like nothing is stored there. Everything is handled by the browser itself. So browser have this feature, and it's handled by browser. So no any like cross-site scripting attacks or anything could steal your information with this. And this is one of the best, I mean, the best approach for the stateless authorizations. What that stateless means? It means like every request have so state. We check the state and we go to the. It depends on the browser state, you know, and this is good for web applications. And yes, as I said, like stateless application. For example, mobile application are not stateless, and they're you know always in the mobile application there's no browser. If you create like some Flutter application, you don't have a browser and you don't have this feature, and that's why this is not good for the mobile. I mean, you can always do some workarounds, but you know it's not good. It's not good, and it's not conventional to use it on the mobiles, because it's you need to add some browser supports inside the your project, and that's why it's not good. Also, it's not good for the applications or project that's planned to be on the cross platforms. So you will need, like, for example, for every like platform to do this kind of stuff. And like it's it's really hard to adjust it, and it's really hard to do like changes on it, and it's rely on most things. So it's only for like one straightforward app, and one platform applications. So you can watch my next video or find on my channel the second way of authorization, which most commonly used, and it's GVT token authorization. And yeah, if you like this video, guys, and how I explained it, please leave a comment or leave a subscribe also, so I will be really appreciate to you. Thanks for watching. Yeah.